Up, everybody. I might as well just talk about it too, because it's like out of nowhere, everybody's talking about it. It's been announced that today. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to at least trying to mute the sound background because am listening watching TNA right now. I thought I had the remote around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. One of the dolls was laying on it. But okay, let me mute that. Everybody's talking about it today, so you know what? Why not we talk about it as well? Damian Lillard has been cleared for NBA like contact, like that he can like play like regular like basketball, like 5-on-5 and stuff like that. So of course they mentioned he's not gonna be ready for game one, but game two, maybe, maybe. But I would say maybe get him another week or something. So I'm thinking it's going to be either game three or game four that he's going to be back. So and I know a lot of people are saying this is like a big recovery for somebody like this. He doesn't have to take the pill to like loosen his veins anymore, and yeah, and it's getting back up the court. So but yeah, I can understand. They're like, okay, he's gonna miss game one because they may have to do some see like how it goes like with him in practicing. So I'll be like, yeah, give him a week. If he and I say probably have him back in game four and stuff like that. I'm saying game three, but most likely it looks like it's gonna be game four. Yeah, so why not? So I'm happy about this, and we already know Jericho Sims is going to be back by we'll be playing the first round of games starting this Saturday. Ooh, that's a nice move. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, and I'm like that's a good thing. So it's like who you think is going to be like who they going to use in the playoffs? Because like the lineup and stuff is going to get like shorter and shorter. um, you know, 9, 8, then yeah, they probably drop down like when it comes to like when they get farther, it'll be like an 8-man rotation. But this is just me. But I know some people may have some different opinions on this. But for the first round, I would do like a 10-man rotation. So that's if Dame come back. But either way, I would still do a 10-man rotation in the first round because you got a lot of people that can be good defenders. Because they're probably going to keep the same lineup with Giannis, Brook, Kyle, Torian Prince, and Ryan Rollins. So they might, keep that lineup. Then you have Jericho Sims returning. Doc better use him because he can run and gun at least and not like slow in the paint like Brook is. So, still use Jericho Sims. Use Bobby Portis. Could that be a good, lineup and post, both like Sims and Portis can, be good like rebounding. Well, we already know Brook ain't, but he'll be help us more with rebounding. Maybe some help on offensive rebounds. Probably can do that, but then again you have also Gary Trent Jr. Of course you gotta have him in there. Kevin Porter Jr. Of course. Then you gotta look for that that 10th player that you're gonna use. So it could be anybody between let me think. Could be either Andre Jackson Jr. or one of the young guys, Tyler Smith or Pete Nance. Oh yeah, they can't use Pete Nance because he's in the two-way, so you can't use him. So yeah, maybe Tyler Smith. Let him get his experience on, see what happens to him. That's what I would say. I know Bucks did win the season series against the Pacers 3-1 compared to last year. Yeah, it was horrible. Pacers did win the series 4-1, and that extra game is like when they was both teams was in the playoff play in tournament, not play in, but NBA Cup tournament in the semifinals. I'm just gonna say East Finals because that's basically what it is. The East Finals of the NBA Cup tournament, and Pacers, yeah, really beat them, and especially you have not just like the season series. The Pacers won 4 games to 1, and with the playoffs last year, you didn't have Giannis. Part of the times you didn't have Dame, and oh yeah, you did have Chris, but I'm still telling people like, okay, Chris Middleton would be that miracle he can like do in the clutch. Yeah, he's good in the clutch, but can he stay healthy? That was the main problem, and like he's always been hurt in his career, and I don't know why some of these midi-sexuals don't realize that. So I'm glad that they pulled the trade when they did, and some of y'all just gotta be calm down and be upset. Like you can be upset, but you need to calm down about it. It was a smart move. We had to get younger. We can't get older. But the only problem we're gonna have is the oldest player we got right now is Brook Lopez, and he'll be a free agent this season. So I don't know if the Bucks going to really re-sign him, or if they do have him try to get like a little bit of a lower contract, maybe like 20 million or something like that. I do have a feeling Bobby Portis will keep his player option. Um, I think Kevin Porter Jr. will do the same, but I know he's going to end up like wanting more money. But if you have a good chance of a winning team, you do something. Keep return to the team. I know the Clippers gave you your second chance after you was out of the league last season, but a team that would give you more of a playing time. This is my advice to Kevin Porter Jr. Take the player option, and you can like boost yourself up more and possibly win a championship. Maybe this playoff round or maybe the next. So it's more like trying to prove yourself. It's like the same thing with Gary Trent Jr. I'm sorry. What he did took like less money just to prove himself, and most majority of the time he has. So I know it's probably gonna be tough for them to try to keep Gary Trent Jr., but you never know. Some people, some team, well, some players may just think that okay, you done good with us and stuff like that, and maybe we can work out something for to keep you here a little bit longer. Um, but Gary Trent, I think he's gonna be one of the future pieces for the Bucks, and still 25 years old and still that young. And the same thing with Kevin Porter Jr. I think he's 23, 24, I believe. But yeah, still young prospects. Jericho Sims 26, so they really have a young bench. And Bobby Portis, he's still young, although he's 30, but he's still he should be like right now between that time at his prime. So he should be fine for the next few years. So like I said, I'm hoping Bobby would take his player option. Although Pat Connaughton, yeah, he actually impressed everybody as this late. So yeah, this is huge. Um, like I said, he could be that 10th man that that they can use for for that lineup in the first round of the playoffs. So maybe every now and then like Pat Connaughton would get some playing time when they like in tough spots. So and as y'all know, most likely like the winner of this one is going to end up facing either Cleveland or whoever's going to be the 8th seed. We're going to end up finding that out tomorrow between Miami and Atlanta. So we'll see. We already know like the 2nd and 7th seeds for each side, and tomorrow we'll find out who's going to take the 8th seed in the East and West. So yeah, a lot more exciting playoff basketball as it is. So pretty cool. But as for like Damian Lillard, if y'all saw his numbers last season, scored like 30 points a game in the playoffs. So there's such thing as playoff game. Besides, like not too bad of a season for him this season. Besides, the injuries and his glove cough messed up, he actually did not have that bad of a season. Cause I know everybody's saying like you got two top scoring punches, you expect like both of them to score at least 30 points a game or something like that. That's not really the case. But like I'm sorry, but Giannis have the best second option with Damian Lillard as he have in his whole career so far. You can't say Chris because only like it was like two times Chris Middleton only had like 20 points a game only twice, and you had Damian Lillard like the first two seasons having like about 25 points a game. Still a decent passer. Of course, he's leading the team in passing and assists, and although Giannis is like second behind him, but excuse me, but like with Giannis, I see his assists next season, will be a little bit better than it is right now. So, and maybe, they need maybe a couple more guards, but I know Kevin Porter Jr. and Ryan Rollins are not, a true point guard, but they can be a combo guard that can do so much. Ivy, get in here. Come on. Sit down. Leave her alone. Excuse me, guys. Get in here. Like I said, we're stuck with our son's dog, Ivy. Still young, 3 years old. Just gotta get used to her, surroundings. So it's been like 2, 3 weeks so far. It takes time, but sometimes you gotta get on the young. But anyways, back to this. So and plus Doc Rivers' coaching career for this playoffs is on the line. So it's like you pass the first round, you know what? Great. Like in my opinion, I don't see them passing the second round, but if they somehow, do the unthinkable like they did in 2021, that would be great. Interesting and fun. So why not? If they get all the way up to the NBA Finals and win it this year, that would be huge. Dame first championship and Giannis and Kyle second. And for majority of everybody else in that team, it probably would be their first. Well, besides Brooke and Bobby, there would be their second, and Pat Connaughton too will be his second. But the rest of the team, it'll just be their first. So why not? Now, I guess you're sticking with the core with these players like so long, and we already know the 2022 playoff situation that they could have won it there if it wasn't for Chris Middleton's injury, and Giannis mostly by himself took the Celtics to 7 games, and well, I think this is gonna be a new look on Giannis. Like his mid range has been decent. Passing more, which he needs to rely more of his team, and it shows that as of late, especially what they had that 8 game winning streak. Where I think he played only 7 of those games, I believe, and majority of those games he had triple doubles. This is like one of those things we're just gonna wait and see. And I'm sorry, I'm just really excited for the playoffs and see where they go. So I'm confident they're gonna beat the Pacers. But when it comes to the second round, if they face Cleveland or either Atlanta or Miami, that'd be something different. But hey, crazier things can happen. You can see a lot of upsets in the playoffs. So there are some of the games that you're looking at that could be upset. Detroit and New York, that could be an upset. Detroit might even beat them. Or I don't know if Boston and Orlando. I don't know if that's gonna be upset, but let me look at the West. Yeah, there's majority of the games in the West and East that you could see a lot of upsets. So it's just like that. Wait and see. Anyways, y'all comment below what y'all think about this news with like Damian Lillard very close to playing, and also all the stuff that's going on with the Bucks, and also with preparing for the playoffs, and they play starting this Saturday. So I'm glad it's an early game. So Yahoo. Also, please like and subscribe to the channel. We try and get to 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully, we can get there by the end of the year, and we're gonna try to throw some more prizes and stuff on there. So it's just like on a limit that we can a lot of stuff that we can do. Getting like more subscribers and stuff like that. So please support the channel. Um, Also, over 2,500 videos and counting. Check them out. You like wrestling content? You like basketball content, like the Bucks, or comic book movies and TV news, or developments that's going on in Milwaukee? If you like that stuff, this will be the channel for you. Check out the website, WrestlingFansSpeakOut.weebly.com. Like updated stuff that's going on in the Midwest, like wrestling events. Also, pictures we took at wrestling events. Also, that we took at Bucks events. Still more news about that meet and greet, and I know people is talking about it. That's going to be on August 1st with Hernandez. So more news will be on that one in a couple of weeks. But you can stay tuned to watch, look at the special event on the website as well, just to talk about that. But anyways, let me get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Until the next video, you guys have a good one.